Okay, let's check this one out.
Quotes I've gotten, yours is way out of line, and I'm trying to figure out why yours would be so much higher.
How we do it is it's 2 days labor for 2 guys to be out there plus your grout. We don't do square foot. We don't do any of that.
So far, seems pretty realistic. Hard to tell whether or not the lady on the other side of the phone is a paid actress or his, his old lady, or who knows, his sister. Let's see.
We do labor, material, overhead, and profit.
Yeah, there's something that's not lining up right then.
Well, they might not be doing the right job, because I know to come out there with a grinder with 2 guys, that.
By the way, I feel like I use the term old lady just because of the way this guy speaks. Like, his way of speaking, like, it kind of like, it dripped through the phone onto me. And I had to say old lady instead of spouse or, any other word that I normally use. Like, it just, I don't know why it just happened that way, but let's hear some more.
Takes a long time to get it all the way down. Maybe they're putting in polymeric sand, but no random landscaper, regular landscaper can do that. That's specialty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know we, do the best we can. We give the best work we can. We work with.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what the point of this video is. I don't know what he's trying to. What are you trying to?
Integrity.
No. Stay paused. Why our patio resurfacing quote is higher. Okay, so that's what you're trying to convey with this video.
We're not gonna play games with you. We're gonna do it the right way, get all the way down, grind it all the way out, do the spec mix, give you the right color, make sure all the color matches. Because if you're not mixing each bucket the same way, it's gonna look like it's not gonna look good.
All right, well.
So it's really sounded like the guy is making an effort to explain to the customer the value of the job that he's offering. I have no idea of landscaping or anything that he's trying to sell here. Any of that polymetric sand that he was talking about, I have no idea what he's talking about. So from a sales perspective, if I'm having a hard time understanding what this guy's talking about, I can only imagine that lady is having probably a even harder time understanding. I mean, unless she's been, doing her research on the project and just trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe by now she's way more educated than I am, when it comes to any type of landscaping. What I can say with certainty is that the way that this guy's explaining, or trying to build value on the reason why he's more expensive than the competitor that she brought up, is not very clear. It's just not. I don't think it's the best approach at all. He's over-explaining himself too much. For those of you new to sales, and trying to make a living from sales, just keep it honest, keep it to the point. Don't over-explain yourself. Don't over-explain your price. And let's hear some more.
Right now, I'm still definitely very much on the fence because of the huge difference.
Yeah, no, just let us know. We're here.
So I love hearing things like that. I love hearing I'm still on the fence. That means you haven't lost the deal. She did say it's a huge difference. So you gotta find out what's huge, because what is huge for somebody might be tiny for someone else. She's saying it's a huge difference. So what are we talking about here? Are we talking about a $600 difference? Are we talking about a $6,000 difference? Are we talking about a $30,000? What are we talking about here? We do not know. So I think his mission here should be to find out how far off are we, and if all things were the same, all things being equal, just pretty much the difference being the other person that you met with and me, which one would you choose to go with? I guess that would be my main goal. Let's forget about pricing for a second. Let's forget about everything for a second. If all things were equal, which one do you feel more comfortable with? And please be honest with me. You can be brutally honest with me. You're right now. If you feel that the other guy did a better job than I did, I will support that gentleman, and I'll be here still to support you. If there's something that he cannot answer and you feel that maybe I have the answer, I'll be here. Call me. I'm at your service. That will be my approach here. So I'm trying to like really understand what kind of, first of all, where am I at? Am I dead in the water? Do I still have a chance? And second, I will try to work my way into finding out what the difference is.
For you, we'll get it knocked out and make it beautiful.
All right. Appreciate the call back.
No problem. Have a blessed day.
Based upon the other.
All right, so he got nowhere with a phone call. I don't even know why he posted this video, man. I mean, like, yeah, there's no purpose for this video. What is it like? I don't know. I'm really trying to think of what the reasoning behind posting this video is. I guess maybe like the reasoning is, if the customer's trying to get a discount, do not give in to the discount. And I mean, with my style, the way that I approach sales these days, I'm not a huge discount guy unless we have some, online promotions going on and stuff like that, that the customer might be already aware of. If they're not aware of them, I make sure, hey, check out our website, or maybe I'll show them myself, like, hey, if we go here, I can, there's this coupon that you can use, so I try to like keep it real with people, like if you know that we have a coupon going on and you can save them some money, just show them the freaking coupon. Now, in this situation, this sounds like a very old school situation. The guy call her to do a temperature check and see where they're at. Like, do I still have a shot here? So I don't know, man. Let's play with a hypothetical. Let's say that he quoted her for the landscaping job. Let's just go for a round number, $10,000. And she had another guy come out, and the other guy came in at $7,000. Okay. If that's the case, your goal, as I mentioned, is to find out, first of all, who would she rather work with. Once you got that down, and you need to make an effort, you need to make the customer feel so freaking comfortable at telling you that you suck, that they actually tell you. You really need to be like a friend, like for real. Like, if you like, treat me as family. If you truly feel that the other guy did a better job than me and he's more affordable than me, Lisa, don't waste any more time. I'm begging you, don't waste any more time, because money, you can always make more money, but once you waste time, you do not get that time back. So if you truly feel that that guy is overall a better deal than me, I will hang up the phone on me right now, call that guy, tell him to get the work done. Just be straight with people. Now, the goal here, the old school goal here, and I think you gotta go old school here because of her demeanor and also his demeanor. It's almost like it's like a match made in heaven for like an old school approach to getting this deal closed. How far off are we? Find that out, and once you find out how far off you are, then just get to old school negotiation. If she's telling you that she's still on the fence, it's because she's got doubts. Maybe the other guy came in, at 7,000 and you're at 10,000, but she's like, yeah, the other guy didn't talk about this and didn't talk about that. And, and she's got her own doubts, and she's probably thinking her logical, the logical side of the brain is telling her like, the guy's cheaper, but he is not as good as this older guy. I know that for a fact. But then the other emotional side of the brain that's, stressed out with life and this issue, and, my, husband is stressed out, and my my son is sick, or whatever's going on in her life. We don't know what's going on in her life, but that emotional side is what's stopping her from making a decision. So you need to be the guide that allows her to make a decision. Whether that is the right decision or not, that's not your decision to make. That's her decision to make. But you need to be, your position here is to be the guide that allows her to make a decision. And of course, you own the job, so the ultimate goal is for the decision to be, I would like to go with you. So I'm going on a tangent here, but bottom line, this is a perfect case scenario of old school negotiating. You need to find out what her goal is. And once you get that, just, if you have room, get as close to it as you can. And maybe you'll get a deal, Like maybe, if you can get to the magic spot in which in which she tells you something like, look, man, that guy came in at 7K. I know you guys are better. I know that. I've done my research. Your reviews are better. I liked you better, John. But it's a $3,000. $3,000 is nothing to laugh at right now. That's the point you want to get at. Once you're at the point, then maybe you can get her to say something on the lines like, if you can get close to 8,000, I'll go with you guys. I know you're worth it. I cannot do 10. All right, Lisa, let me see what I can do. Can you give me 5 minutes? I'll crunch the numbers. One thing I won't do is I'm not going to cut any corners for you. But if we can do the same scope of work that I wrote down for you, and I get real close to $8,000, can we get this done for you? Or can we get you in the schedule, however your close is, wherever close it is. If you get to the spot, that's where you want to be at. And then she'll be like, yeah, if you can get close to 8, we got a deal. All right, give me 5 minutes, I'll call you right back. And then do whatever you need to do. Maybe you come back and you're like, just try to frame it as positively as you can. And, let her know, like, hey, Lisa, I crunched up the numbers and, here's the deal. Same scope of work, everything that I wrote for you. The only thing that we would love is for you to allow us to take some nice before and after pictures of everything in detail. We'll keep your property, your name, your address, everything is going to be private. But this is definitely something that we would like to feature in our online, in our online presence, whether that's Facebook, our website. Just try to, don't give the discount for free. You're selling the discount. There's a price to it. It's kind of like, I don't know, like, to me, that's just common sense. So yeah, you just want to kind of like build it that way. Like, if Lisa does something for you, we're calling her Lisa in this case. If Lisa does something for you to that fact, then sure, yeah, let's do it. And I'm getting messages here like nonstop. But anyway, that's the point, guys. The point is that you definitely want to get to, in this particular case, I'm not talking about all cases, but in this particular case, where this guy Cody needed to get to is that negotiation spot. Like, yeah, we all want to be poetic here and, like, freaking feel like we're in this William Shakespeare or freaking Wolf of Wall Street movie in which we don't negotiate and we still get a deal. Like, dude, sometimes you have to negotiate. And if you have room and if you feel that it's a good customer and a good person and they deserve for you to go the extra mile for them and there's room to make the deal happen, make the deal happen. Because guess what? Then you do a killer job and she's going to tell her sister and her sister's going to tell her friend and they're going to see your yard sign and the next door neighbor's going to call you. So you never know, maybe you break even on this one, but you make a ton of money on the next 3 deals that come out of this one. So you kind of have to like have that sense of like just gauge the situation. And again, I don't see this as, I don't know. I mean, again, this is something like for me, it's kind of like in the past. It's I don't do that style anymore. But when it's laid out to you in this way, there's really no other route to take but that quote unquote old school route of negotiation. So Anyway, hope that helps somebody, and see you on the next one.